kind of feel like a dead end. I get it. We're all.
Uh, Good evening to everyone. Uh, Mr. Watt, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can, Bhante.
Oh, wonderful. So, good evening to all the dear dumb friends who are joining from United States. But it's the morning time in Sri Lanka around 10 a.m. And also, I know in United States it's yet the is the 1st of February. So the dawn of new month. So today too, we are joining together to practice this noble meditation practice, which is non-sectarian, which is beneficial for all beings. They practice well, understanding the technique properly. So before I begin, once again, I want to wish that may this session also bring you a lot of mental peace and happiness for your life. And at the same time, before I forget, I want to remember that in the next week, so the session will, so I will conduct the session on Thursday at 8:30 because on the Saturday, on following Saturday and Sunday, I will go on trip with my parents and relatives. So therefore, I won't be able to do it on next Saturday. I mean, up here. So therefore, let's do it on Thursday. So that will be the only date of change of date that we will have throughout the year. So please keep that in mind too. So once again, I would like to wish that may you gain at least a little peace, little happiness by practicing this noble non-sectarian meditation practice. So we are continuing with the first step of breathing meditation. So we are observing the incoming breath and outgoing breath as it is. And at the same time, I kindly requested everyone to observe the breath when it is coming in, to be aware. But you were kindly instructed not to observe the breath beyond the point of the end of your nostril. So that is a place that you cannot see, the end of your nostrils. So you have to be very vigilant. You have to develop awareness, and then you have to just keep on So observing, then you will later on experience, recognize this particular place, so which is situated inside your body, right? So where the breath goes and touches before it goes inside the body. So when it comes back to, it will touch the very same area. So until it comes back, please wait patiently. And when it comes back, so please start observing its outgoing breath. So I mean the outgoing breath, and be aware it as it is. Be aware about it as it is. It's coming in. Be aware that right now my breath, it is coming in. And if it is going out, please be aware that right now my breath, it is going out. So if it is long, please be aware that it is long. If it is short, please be aware that it is short. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Don't try to change the natural patterns. Just let it come and go. What you have to do is observing it with awareness. So please keep on doing like that, observing your breath like that. And at the same time, if you feel, if your mind is very concentrated, and if you even can feel the nostril with the breath enters, so where the breath enters. So for an example, the truth is, so we cannot breathe with both the nostrils, right? So either the breath comes in through your right nostril, or sometimes the breath comes through your left nostril. So that's how it happens. So if your mind is very, very calm, if you can even recognize, so the point where the breath enters, I mean the nostril that the breath uses to enter the body. So please be aware about that one too. So very diligently, please keep on observing the breath, incoming breath and outside breath, right? So if you could prolong your attention for, let's say, 2-3 seconds without focusing anywhere else, so try to prolong it into 6 seconds. If you could prolong it for 6 seconds, then after that, please try to prolong it. Try to prolong it to maybe 9 seconds, 12 seconds, like that, right? So always, so there is no outside competitor with you. So you have to compete inside yourself to be better with each and every meditation session. Right? So that will help you to become a better person with a better mental health, and at the same time, better spiritual strength, right? So, and at the same time, that will help you develop in the Dharma path, and attain, developing the Dharma path and attain the final peace too. So, please work hard, very, very diligently. Number one, and every day before before we start the meditation, I teach you something that we need to develop as meditators. So the outside factors that we need to practice for the Buddha as meditators. So today, starting from this week, I'm going to teach you about the family life. So Buddha's teachings about family life. So so especially the responsibilities of a person as an individual, so to the family and the society, so that you can create a good environment around you, healthy environment around you, peaceful environment around you, so that you can use that external peacefulness for your inner peace, then develop in practice. So everyone, please take your notebooks out, and I will be quick. Please please write these things down. So first we are going to learn about the married couples. I mean, so basically, so husband. So why a stable family life is important for a so good meditator to become successful in meditation. So when there are so many marital conflicts between a couple, then it is hard for to that couple, so the meditators, to concentrate well on their practice, right? So therefore, a solid, stable marriage, right, is very important for a meditator. So then, according to Buddha, there are 4 kinds of families in the world. So the first family is so the first family is the family where a divine being, a male divine being lives with the female hungry ghost. That is the first family. That means, so here, so so a male divine being means the person who has a lot of good quality. This person doesn't kill, doesn't harm anybody, doesn't steal, doesn't practice sexual misconduct, doesn't lie, doesn't take intoxicants, or doesn't do wrong action. Instead, in contrast to that, the wife is totally different. So a female hungry ghost means so she's harming the other, killing beings, or steal stuff, and practices sexual misconduct, lies, and takes intoxicants, and does various kinds of other wrong actions that are harmful for oneself and the other. When when this family is there, so this family runs forward because of the husband, but it won't go until it lasts. So both of them will suffer, and then so mostly so they won't have peace inside their house. Second kind of family is the family where female divine being lives with the male hungry ghost. So this is the opposite. Here the wife is very nice, so she doesn't harm anybody, doesn't kill anyone, any being, doesn't steal, doesn't practice sexual misconduct, doesn't lie, doesn't take intoxicant. She doesn't do any such kind of deed. And she also does so many good deeds like being generous, being kind, being nice, being helpful, and everything. Husband is totally different. So he is doing all the wrong actions that I described before. That's why here this couple is called as the female divine being. The family where the female divine being lives with the male hungry ghost. So this family also will have a lot of conflicts until the family runs it. So if that family lasts longer, it will last longer because of the female divine being, and they won't have peace inside their house, and both of them will also suffer. So then number three. So third family is the family where a male hungry ghost lives with the female hungry ghost. Here, this family, in this family, you can understand both are not good. Both are does harm to the other people, and then practice stealing, right? They practice sexual misconduct, they lie, they take intoxicants, they do such kind of wrong action. And so Until this family lasts, it will last. So there won't be any peace. These kinds of marriages will end soon. Sometimes these kinds of marriages will end up in disasters and tragic situations. So this is the third kind of family. And fourth kind of family is the family where the male divine being lives with a female divine being. Here, both husband and wife, they are faithful to each other, they love each other. Not only that, they have a lot of good qualities. They don't harm anybody, they don't kill, don't steal, don't practice sexual misconduct, don't lie, don't take intoxicants. And then after that, they practice various kinds of good actions like practicing generosity and being kind, being nice, and then at the same time, practicing wise consideration when they have to do stuff. And then after that, so they practice that kind of various good action. So therefore, this family, so it will have a lot of happiness and it will last long happy. And then, so both the individuals will develop in the Dhamma path too. So so if you are already married, so if you already have girlfriends, then I would like to request so all of you to be the fourth kind of, try to create the fourth kind of couple in your life. So the couple where the male divine being lives with the female divine being. So since we don't have a lot of time, I will teach the husband's duty towards the wife in brief. So please write them down. According to Buddha, there are 5 main duties that main behavior patterns that the husband should practice towards the wife to create a solid family background. Right. Number 1, sammananai. Sammananai means by respecting the wife. So that is the first way how the husband fulfills his duty towards the wife. The first one is sammananai. So in this case, the husband have to develop a mutual understanding. I mean, has to take time and understand the wife. And at the same time, so the husband should not think that the wife is about the wife as a slave that he bought. No, so he has to, according to Buddha, he has to respect the wife by practicing 4 things. So first one is dana, so practice generosity towards her, and then number 2 is piyavachana, pleasant words. So that's another way of respecting her. And then whenever the husband does good actions, so that he should ask her to join and take part. And then after that, so he has to treat her with equality. So then wherever he goes, instead of instead of disrespecting her, the husband should try his best to give respect to her, equal respect to her. Then by that way, he can cook. That is the first factor which will lead to a better married life. Number 2, right? Number 2 is anomanai. That means not ridiculing. That is also important. Anomanai means, so sometimes there are certain bad husbands who ridicule their wives even for the small matter. So that's not good. So whenever the wife sees this, so her heart will be broken and she won't respect the husband because of that kind of action. So therefore, the husband should not reveal the wrongdoings of the wife to the unnecessary people, so that she has to face public shame. Then at the same time, if there is fault in wife, so he has to show it with love and compassion. And then at the same time, so we have to understand, if we ridicule the wife, then it can, instead of solving the situation, it can lead to a lot of numerous problems. Therefore, you have to practice not ridiculing the wife. So that's another factor that you need to practice if you want a solid marriage, right? Then number 3, Anaticharya. So number 3, Anaticharya means by not committing adultery. That is also important. So if you, while you having a wife, if you go into extramarital affair, then it can, so this is one of the main factors that can ruin marriages. Therefore, so we have to understand that one, and then so should not practice adultery. So adultery with the other women. So so such kind of actions, according to Buddha, can cause various kinds of unfortunate situations. It creates strong sadness and public shame for the wife. When the husband commits adultery, she will feel disgrace in the society, and sometimes this leads to mental breakdowns and suicides. So therefore, we should not. So third duty that of a husband towards wife is so not committing adultery. Number 4, by permitting to handle family affairs, right? So family affairs means so household stuff. So that means so the husband has to share everything. So I mean, has to respectfully give the authority. I mean, so the responsibility to take care of the household, and then at the same time, so he should let the wife, if the wife is capable, so he should so let her to schedule everything which is related to the family. Not only, so it is not the only thing here. So since they are genetically and so since their mindset is designed to make the household a better place for her family, so we have to respect them and help them. So then mostly good wives, they like to keep the house organized, neat and clean. So inside the affairs and outside the affairs, all those things, they like to make them organized, neat and clean. And therefore, it is better for the husband to give her freedom to manage the household affairs. And understanding her capabilities and incapabilities, the husband should support her to build a happy home environment. Number 5, last one. So, alankarana upadani, that's the Buddhist word. That means, 5th, the duty of a husband towards the wife is, occasionally, you have to bring her gifts. So, there are various kinds of days, even in the United States. So, on those days, so as you can, so according to the ability that you have, so please bring and give her certain gifts that she likes. So, but so those gifts should be easily affordable. So then so it says so many things according to the Buddha. So it appreciates the wife, and then the duties that she does for the family, the effort that she takes for the family, and at the same time, so she feels appreciated, and at the same time, so it develops the mutual love between the husband and wife. So this is the fifth duty of a husband towards the wife. So please write these five down and practice, so that you can have a good home environment. So home environment at your home, and then so as a meditator you can practice with peace of mind, and then you can develop deep. So with that so advice, so I'm going to start this meditation session. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and hip straight, and please calm down. Let's start today's silent meditation. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, and hip straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Close your eyes, not very tight, not very smoothly, just to the level that you can cover the outside seams. Let your whole body and mind to calm down. Now I will pay respect to the Buddha, and then after that, I will give you brief instructions. And then let's begin. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimeso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sungato lokamino aruttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangdittiko akaliko ehipasiko opanaiko machatang veditammo vinyuhiti Subanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanimangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhitang Lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Everyone, please pay your entire attention to the breath which is coming in and to the breath which is going out. When it is coming in, please be completely aware. When it is going out, please be completely aware. Be aware and notice and recognize whether your breath is short or long, whether your breath is gross or soft. So if you can concentrate well, then please try to recognize whether it comes through your right nostril or the left nostril. Let the natural breath to come and go, and just be the gatekeeper. Keep on observing the natural, normal breath without changing it. Let it come, let it go. Please keep on observing. Now, everyone, please start your silent meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Now, everyone, please calmly. If your legs are ready, please change the posture. If not, those students, they are kindly requested to sit. So as long as they can afford, they can stay and endure. But so you should not develop any kinds of anger or a thought of pushing away the pain on your legs. Up to if you can hold on, if you have developed your mind up to that level, and if you can hold on, please do so. If not only, so if not, you can change your posture and you can do the same. So please change your posture, but not the eyes. So please keep your eyes completely closed. Eyes closed. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Brief will take around 5 to 7 minutes. So we are going to practice that one. Now everyone, please sit nicely. First, let's spread our loving kindness towards ourselves first. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the people who are in the middle. That means the people who are not your enemies, and at the same time, the people who are not your friends. We are going to think about the neutral people. The neutral people. Let's think, spread our loving kindness, thinking about the neutral people. May all the people in the middle, all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please sincerely spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies, the people that you don't like, and at the same time, the people that don't like you. So, both sides are included here. So, let's spread our loving kindness towards all such kind of enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your enemies. Towards your enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Human beings, animals, birds, fish, and all the visible and invisible beings. Let's spread our loving kindness towards all of them. All of them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Bhavattu sabbe mangalam rakantu sabbe devatam samme buddhanubhavine sabbe dhammanubhavine samme sanganubhavine Sada Sutti Mavang Tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear meditators, now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, now we are gradually developing our concentration by practicing this noble non-sectarian pure meditation technique of breathing meditation. As I always mention, please make sure to apply whatever the concentration that you develop in your day-to-day life. So later on, I will ask you to practice. So start practicing a mindfulness habit. So, but for now, so please keep on practicing in the morning and evening, and at the same time, so whenever you can, please start to practicing this way too, to develop your mindfulness and concentration. One thing is, if you are standing just for a short time, so please keep on being aware that you are standing. If you are walking, at that time, possible, please try to be aware about that walking, and please try to do it mindfully. And if not, so if you are sitting somewhere, just for a short time, please be aware that right now I am sitting. If you are laying on something, so please be aware that right now I am laying on a mattress or something like that. So like that, just for a short time. So please practice. Please practice. So these ways to develop and to integrate the concentration that you develop inside with the day-to-day life, right? So if not, this will also be a weapon that you don't take for the war, right? So therefore, please start using this concentration, and please mix it with your day-to-day life. So today, as I mentioned earlier, so starting from today, I'm going to teach you about the 5 enemies of meditation. So a meditator has to fight with 5 enemies if that meditator really wants, if that meditator really desires, really aims, really determined to develop in this practice. So there is no any other way, so we cannot avoid these 5. So they are bound to come and attack when we practice meditation. So if we know who they are and if we know how to deal with them, then it is better for your meditation, and it is better for your day-to-day life too. Therefore, so I'm going to teach you about those 5 enemies of meditation. Since I cannot give the whole descriptions within day, so during the upcoming weeks, I will teach you about all those 5 enemies of meditation one by one, right? So everyone, so please take your books out, and then so the first we are going to learn the first one among all those 5 enemies. The first one is Kama Chanda. Kama Chanda. Kama Chanda means the addiction to sensual pleasure. The addiction to sensual pleasure. That's called as Kama Chanda. Chanda means desire, addiction, liking. So Kama means the things, so the things that entertain us, right? So where there is sensual pleasure, right? the things which have sensual pleasure. So that's why it is called as Kama Chanda, the first enemy of meditation and life. So the addiction to sensual pleasure. So, so when we analyze this, according to Buddha, we develop sensual pleasure in 5 things. In 5 things. Number 1, so in the objects that we see, we develop sensual pleasure and so desire. Right? So we feel sensual pleasure by seeing things, and then because of your eyes, you develop desire. Number 2, your ears. With the ears, we listen to nice sound. By that way, we gain sensual pleasure. Then, even though not only we enjoy the sensual pleasure with the sounds, we develop desire because of it. So to gain more and more and more. And then same thing goes with your nose and odors, your tongue, and all the taste, your body, and the touches. So these are the 5 kinds of sources that we experience sensual pleasure from. So these are the 5 kinds of sources. Once again, so eyes, right? Eyes and sights, and then nose and odors, ears and sounds, tongue and taste, and then after that body, so which goes along with the touches. So towards them, we develop desire. We develop desire. And then we have to understand, when we have this desire, it's a fire. It's a fire which is unquenchable. Unquenchable. So we have seen so many beautiful sights. But have you ever would you reach a final satisfaction? So thinking that, oh, I have seen the most beautiful thing in the world. So anymore, I don't want to see anything. I don't have the desire. But no, that's not the reality. So that's not the reality. We have the desire again and again to see stuff. Then number 2, how about the sounds? Sounds is the same. That's why many people buy various kinds of CDs. I mean, CDs and so not only CDs. Certain people don't use CDs. Instead, they use iTunes, and they buy the songs of the same singer again and again. Why? Because they are so enchanted in the sound of that singer, so they want to hear that person's voice again and again and again. So like that, in the fire, you can put anything, it will burn and it will take more. And it is this addiction, when we have the addiction to sensual pleasures, then it is also fire which doesn't quench, which doesn't become satisfied, so which will need more and more fuel. And so because of that, so people cannot do 2 things. Number 1, they cannot concentrate because of this. So because of this addiction to sensual pleasure, people cannot do one thing for a long time. That means there are certain people who start stuff, but so they will break down on the way. Why? Because they become bored. They become bored by doing one thing consistently. Number two, so we cannot stay at one place for a long period of time. That also happens because of this unquenchable nature of the addiction to sensual desire. Then, without taking much time, let's learn the solutions. What to do to control your sensual desires, right? So, how to keep it under control. So, there are several ways. Number one, we have to know about the reality of sensual pleasures. So now that's number one, understanding the reality of sensual pleasures. So how do you realize so how do you live understanding the reality of sensual pleasure? So this is how it is. Buddha taught a psychological method, a way of a pattern of thinking to control desires. So they go as assa. So they go with 3 steps. Assada, Adinam, and Nissaran. Assada, Adinam, and Nissaran. Number one, Assada means you have to accept that yes, so when I do this particular thing, I feel sensual pleasure. You have to understand and accept. Then number two is Adina. Adina means so you have to think about the discomfort, the dangers, the difficulty that you have to face when you so get addicted to their sensual pleasure. So here you have to understand all kinds of sensual pleasures. They don't last forever. They will come, they will stay for some time, they'll go. Another one come that will stay for some time, that will also go. This is the nature of all the sensual pleasures so that you experience in life. So understanding that and understanding the temporary temporary nature of all those sensual pleasures and understanding the the nature so meaninglessness of the sensual pleasures. So when that means in the long run there is nothing will be with you. So it will when you do various kinds of such things, so the sensual pleasure will last for some time, and after that it will go away without leaving only the memory behind. So it won't be with you for a long time. So therefore, we have to understand this so temporary nature and the final meaningless of them when it comes to the long run in life. So then understanding that even though we enjoy sensual pleasure, we have to do it in a wholesome way, and we have to stop. So third one is we have to stop achieving sensual pleasure by doing achieving it by wrong means, and at the same time harming the other people. So and we have to understand the fruitlessness, the meaninglessness of sensual pleasures when it comes to the long run life. right? Sometimes it becomes just a waste of time. So number 2, understanding its impermanence. All the sensual pleasures that arise, they continuously rise and pass. So so whenever we feel something, so the old students who practice with Vipassana meditation, they already know that whenever a sensation arises inside this body, so we don't feel the same sensation continuous. Billions and billions and billions and billions of sensations rise and pass away, so which have similar form, they rise and pass away continuously. So that's what happens when we feel so pleasure. But truth is, they all are impermanent, and if they arise, they have a passing day. They won't last forever. Understanding that, we have to let those sensations go, and whenever we understand this, we won't do wrong actions to gain pleasure. Instead, we gain the ability to control ourselves. We gain the ability to it helps us to keep a discipline inside our life. Number 3. So third one is, if we develop this sensual desire towards people, so especially when it comes to sexual desire, sometimes certain people have this exceedingly. For such kind of people, we have separate meditation sessions. So sometimes I help them personally by counseling, right? So I'm not going to teach you those things, but there are certain simple practices that we can practice. So occasionally, if we develop such kind of feelings towards the other people, so to control yourself, to make you disciplined, right? So keep your sensual desires under control. So you can think, this third one, you can think about the person that you developed to unnecessary, illegal, sexual desire. So with the thought of a relative. So Buddha's word is jnati sanya for this. So looking at that person with the perspective of a relative. For an example, what it means is, so let's say you develop sexual desire towards a person, who is younger to you. Then at that time, so recognizing that you develop such kind of desire, unnecessary, illegal, wrong desire towards such kind of person, to avoid that, you have replaced those thoughts with the perspective of an elder brother, right? Elder brother or an elder sister. So in that, so then you have to look at that towards that person, towards that young person, just like you observe, you look at a person, look at a younger brother or younger sister of your own. So if that person is in the age of your mother or father, or then after that your aunt or your uncle, or your daughter or your son. So accordingly, so observe them, look at them. So thinking, oh, this person is just like my son. This person is also just like my daughter. This person is just like my aunt, my uncle, my so my cousin or something like that. So think like that, and then so suppress the sensual desire that you develop. Instead, to develop that loving kindness that you develop towards the closeness and uh, the closeness, the pure compassionate emotions that a relative develops towards seeing another relative. This will also help you to control your sensual desire. So these are several ways that you can control your sensual desire. So addiction to sensual pleasure. So it is just like so it is something so which wastes your time, which wastes your precious human life, and at the same time which can even lead to so various kinds of difficulties in life. So so let me teach you teach you so story, a simile story. So that would that so that in ancient books, and after that I would like to finish today's session. So in a remote village, there was one wealthy person. This person one day decided to be a hermit. So hermit means so in South Asian tradition, so becoming hermit means so they leave everything behind and then they dedicate their whole life to practice so staying at a forest or an abandoned house somewhere like that. So he found a cave somewhere in the forest and he started practicing there. He gave everything up, but he only had the white sarong, right? White sarong with. One day, a mouse found about this person and this person's sarong. Every night while this person was sleeping, this mouse came to came to eat, right? Came to eat this sarong. After several days, so this person, so let's call him Malhami. So let's his name is Malhami. So this Malhami so notice that his sarong is being eaten by a mouse. So he decided to chase away all the mouse, so all the mice. So therefore he went to the village and brought one cat. Then for several days, the mice they didn't come because they were afraid of the cat. But the cat cannot eat the things that Malhami ate. So to eat more food, it started visiting the close by village. Again, during the nights when there was not the cat, the mice they began to come and eat so Malhamis, so that cloth that he so that sarong that he wore around his waist. Then after that, Malhami thought the best solution is to buy a cow from the nearby village. He bought a cow from the village with the help of several other people, and then after that, he started milking the cow and so feeding the cat. Now the cat doesn't go out, but so the cow needed to be taken cared well. So he hired another young man from the village, so that he can that young man can take care of the cow. Then then after that, so when he started taking it, so when he hired that young man, he had to feed, being a hermit, he had to feed the cat, then after that the cow, and not only that, the young man. Later on, that young man started wandering here and there. So then Malhami thought it is the best time to find, right, to find a good spouse for this young man. So he married this young man off to a nice girl, and then they started having kids. And Malhami, so finally, Malhami didn't have any other way to help all these growing number of people who depend on him. So he had to beg. He had to go around the villages with his begging bowl, right? With his begging bowl. So throughout the day, all these things happen because of that sorrow. Sensual this addiction to sensual desire is just like the same. So you because of some temporary short sensual pleasure, so you go through so much pain and make a lot of discomfort for yourself and the other people. But whenever we gain the ability to control ourselves, and whenever we gain the ability to stay disciplined, and whenever we gain the ability to maintain our desires, it saves our time and it saves our strength. So it gives us a so it makes sure that we have good health, and then at the same time it saves our beauty, and then at the same time, so it doesn't leave opportunities for us to develop aversion, and at the same time, such kind of people gain the ability to live a very long period of time with happiness and peace. So therefore, as meditators, we have to encounter and strongly face this first enemy of meditation. So according to the ways that we learn, and then defeating it. So let's develop in this noble meditation practice, and let's develop our concentration deeper, and practicing this noble non-sectarian practice. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Let's work hard, diligently, continuous. Everyone, please keep your back straight, and then please keep your hand, so join your palms together, and by the power of all the positive energy that we accumulated, I sincerely wish all of you good health, happiness, prosperity, and peace. And practicing this noble non-sectarian pure meditation practice, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please concentrate. Please concentrate. Abhimadana Senise Nichang Vata Pachaino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvagno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati samijjitu. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. Take care, and we will see each other again in another 3 weeks. Until then, so we'll meet online in the next week, and make sure and keep in mind we are going to do is on next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I apologize if there is any inconvenience. So please join on next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Good night to everyone. Let me farewell to everyone.
Everybody has the ability to unmute at this point.
Right. Right. So good night, Mr. Huad and Ms. Rita. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank you, Bante. Glad to help.
May
You
all
be
the good
have a
happen.
wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Ms. Diane, good night.
Good night, Bante. And again, I second Rita and Mr. Howard. Please be well and thank you so much for these teachings and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Miss Timothy, good night.
Good night, Bante.
Good night. May all the good happen to you. Mr. Bas, good night.
Night, Bante.
Good night. Mrs. Divya, Mr. Anil and Parnika, good night.
Yeah. Thank you, Bante. Have a
May
nice
all the good happen. Have a nice day. Good night. And Miss Jane, good night.
Bunty, how are you doing?
Very fine, very fine.
You
So
are
it's so hot
doing
here out here.
smile today.
Yes, I know.
You
Good night, Miss
alright?
Jane.
Okay, Bunty, you take care.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much. Good night. And Mr. Elliot, good night.
Thank you, Bante. Be safe.
May all the good happen to you. Good night, Mr. Kevin.
Good night, Bante. Thank you very much.
May all the good happen to you.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Mike, good night.
Good night, Bante.
May all the good happen to you, Mr. Mike. And Namal, good night.
Good night, Bante.
May all the good happen to you, Namal.
Bante.
Miss Nita and Miss Sakit, good night.
Thank
Oh
you,
no, good
Bante.
morning. Have a nice day.
You too have a wonderful
Have
day,
a good day,
Bante.
Bante.
Thank you so much. Sriyash Bhaiya, good night.
Have a good day, Bante. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Miss Sunita, good night.
Good day, Bante. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Trevor, good night.
Thank you very much, Bante. Good
May
night.
all the good happen to you. Sukihotu. Thank you so much, Mr. Huad, once again.
I'm always glad to help, Bante.
I know.
You've always been of help. Kindness is a wheel that just keeps spinning.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all the good happen to you, Mr. Huad.
Thank you so much, Bante. Be well.